So if we think about the investigation from last night, and if we go to that same store where everything is 50% off, which by the way is a super good deal, if we want to buy some jeans that originally cost $40, there is a way to figure out what that percentage is. If we draw our double number line, a percentage is always on the bottom, and then our other number can go on top, and in this case we're talking about money, so we would label that, right? And a double number line always starts out with 0 and 0. But we always know where a percentage ends because a whole is always going to be 100%. So if we're talking about jeans that originally cost $40, the whole price of those jeans is $40. And if we want to figure out what 50% of that is, well, where would 50% go on a number line? Well, 50% is half of 100%, right? So 50% would go right here. And all we would have to do to figure out the answer to this problem is figure out what goes right here. So what is half of 40? Half of 40 is 20. So if I split my number line up here into two pieces, then we must be counting by 20s to get to 40. So our answer is $20. Let's try another one and see how that works. So if we want to find out 25% of 200, we're going to write our percents down on the bottom. And up here, I'm just going to label this a number because we don't know what that number is, but it's a number and we're trying to find a portion of that. We're always going to start out with 0, 0 and 0%. We know we're going to end at 100%. And if we want to find out 25% of 200, our whole would be 200. 25% means we're going to break our number line into something different. Well, if we want to get to 25%, let's start by breaking it in half. That's 50%, right? Because half of 100 is 50. How would we get to 25%? Well, if we think about quarters, how many quarters are in a dollar? How many quarters are in a dollar? There are 4 quarters in a dollar. 25, 50, 75, $1, right? So we're going to label these down here, and now we've broken them into 25s. Now, up here, we've broken it into 4 pieces. Here's 1, 2, 3, and 4. So to figure out what we're counting by, we're going to divide 200 by 4. Divide 200 by 4. So 200 divided by 4. 4 goes into 20 5 times, and 4 goes into 0 0 times. So 200 divided by 4 gives me 50. So that means up here I'm counting by 50. So 50, 100, 150, and then I end at 200. So now I can use this number line to answer the question, how many times, what is 25% of 200? I come here and I circle this, 25% is going to be 50. Let's look at example number 2. Example number 2. Josiah ate 10% of his Halloween candy in one night. If Josiah collected 80 pieces of candy on Halloween, then how many pieces of candy did he eat? Well, if we're looking for 10%, it makes sense that we're breaking our number line into 10 pieces, right? Because 10 pieces of 100 would get us to 10%. So that means that we are counting by 10, 20, 30, 40, and so on. I'm not going to keep doing it because you're going to find out real quick that we don't need to finish it because we are looking for this number right here. We're looking for 10%. Well, how do we figure out what numbers go up top here? Well, we have a number line that is broken into 10 pieces. So that means we are taking 80 and we are dividing it into 10 pieces. And whatever number we get, that is the number that we're counting by. What is 80 divided by 10? It is 8, which means that on top, we are counting by 8s. So 8, 16, 24, 32. And I could keep going, but I don't need to for this question because it asked me about 10%, and I already have that answer right here. 10% of 80 is 8.